Okay, Coach, thank you. We've got clear skies and brisk temperatures. You know what that is? That's perfect fall football weather here at Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, PA. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Indianapolis Colts. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Go, go!
Black 30.
Mike 58, right there.
I got one.
On first down, it's Roethlisberger. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Ready?
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's second and 11. This is Darrell Henderson, the rookie third-rounder. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. To throw here, Roethlisberger. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's 4th down.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
This is taken at the 15.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. This is Marlon Mack, third-year running back. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Marlon Mack, his 6th touchdown of the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT. And that makes the score 7-0. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. From the 40 now on 2nd down, Roethlisberger. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. They go play action now. Roethlisberger. Caught here by Conley. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, space? Let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Give them a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. You think back to all the big games that Big Ben has had over the years in his NFL career, and numbers-wise, his biggest game came against these Indianapolis Colts. That was in October 2014. The numbers from that, gosh, video game-like. 522 yards, 6 touchdowns, and a 51-34 Steeler win in Pittsburgh.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Blue 30.
Mike 58, right there.
We ain't giving up nothing today. Big. Check 13. Check 4.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Boston Scott, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Tavecchio good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go. Let's do this.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
On 2nd and 1, Brissett complete to Hilton. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
First down, Indianapolis.
They run with Hines. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
2nd and 6 at the 43-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Hines. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
2 straight 4-yard runs, and it is steadily working the ball downfield. To me, they're staying right on schedule. First down, you want 4 yards or more to set up the rest of the drive. They're getting exactly that.
Rush in. Slam.
On 3rd down, Hines. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. He'll return it from the 6. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display. But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Check. Lucky.
50.
First carry of the game for Jalen Samuels. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line. And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on third down.
That's a gain of 6. Makes it
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Here's Jordan Berry now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. It's a 4-yard return following a punt of 49. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. 7-7, our score after 1. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Colts in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys.
And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. 20, 10, touchdown Indianapolis. Naeem Hines, 85 yards. And the Colts have taken the lead. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Play action. Now Roethlisberger. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now Scott. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On 2nd and 9, Roethlisberger. And yes, complete to the tight end McDonald. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Roethlisberger now to throw on 3rd down. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts 30. Roethlisberger now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's 1st down. On 1st down, it's Samuels. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Jalen Samuels, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. A extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking a big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They go play action with Brissett. He's going to sling this. They've got his man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Give them 32 on the play.
First down.
Now a toss play. It's Hines. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 25 yards the pickup there and also a first down. This is Hines. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Minus 54. Come on, come on. Hey, alert 3. Check it out,
On second down now. It's Hines, and he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. On third down, a run by Mack. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Marlon Mack with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And, Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? Roethlisberger will throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Roethlisberger. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 13. It's a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On play action, Brissett letting one fly deep for Cooper. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Here we go.
On third down, Hines. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
And the Colts first down.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
You don't want to, hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want me.
Now it's Hines. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
Let's get off the field, D. 198. Watch 98.
They'll try to throw now. Brissett. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 31-yard line. Now the Colts will use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
Switch up.
On 1st and 10, Brissett. He's going to look end zone here for... And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Joe, Snickers. No spacing. 6-6, pull it high. These two.
Right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. It's coming this way. Here we go. Hey,
Snickers, got to spin.
Final play of the half. It's Roethlisberger. That one into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So we come to halftime here with the visiting Colts taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
All day, defense, all day.
They go right back to Mack. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Check, ready. Play with the ending. Yes, Mike. Got one. I got one. 25. Check 25. Check 25. Okay. Check 90. Go.
On 3rd down, Hines. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Bit of a surprise. They ran it on 3rd and medium. Proved to be the right call. 1st and 10.
And 8-yard pickup. First down, Indianapolis.
10.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. Down on the field, we've got an injured Colt after that last play. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. On 2nd down, here's a run with Mack. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On 1st down, they'll stay with Mack on the ground. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
On 2nd down, it's Mack. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
7th play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Here's Hines on a toss play. And he's not even able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now there's also a flag down, and it's in the area of holding.
You got him. You got him.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? From the shotgun, it's Brissett. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Here we go, here we go.
Watch the eye.
Flash it, flash!
Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Ready? Black 20. Get that quarterback at all costs. Check it.
Trying to get the first with Samuels. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Set. Black 30.
Yes, Mike. Hey, I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Black.
They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. And he slings one that's incomplete.
NFL quarterbacks work so hard on their mechanics, and they do so much repetition and practice, off-season, the whole deal. They expect it to be autopilot once the games start. That way it eliminates any type of pressure of the game, pressure of people in your face, all of that. That didn't shine through on that throw, though, did it?
No. A little bit of a dangerous pass and off target, too. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them.
Set. Blue 30.
Mike, 58.
8.
Tight down. There you go. 58, boys. 58. 58. Mike.
On second down, Roethlisberger. He's got the hook up with Conley. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards the pickup there. You know, when I see passes like that, I'm reminded of something you and I talked about yesterday. Big Ben was a wide receiver the first 3 years of high school, sitting behind the coach's son, and then he finally got that opportunity. I think he's made the most of it.
It's always the coach's son, isn't it? But you know where it helps him? When he looks downfield, he knows what the receivers are going to do. He actually has wide receiver's eyes when he's throwing the ball.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Kill.
Check.
They'll run with Samuels. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so. And one of my favorite coaches used to say, son, if you can darn near lay down near the end zone and get in, give me my best power running play with my best back right now.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Boston Scott with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Tavecchio good on the extra point, and we are tied at 21. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They'll need to regroup after the costly interception last time. It led to a tying touchdown. 21 all is where we stand, and they've got it 1st and 10. They're going to get 9 here on first down as he gets this one up to the 34-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 34-yard line.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. They keep it on the ground. Mack again. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll run on first down. It's Hines. And some nifty running there. Ultimately, it doesn't get him a whole lot, but it does take him to the 45. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They run again with Hines. And some room to work. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 22 yards there, a first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Off the play fake. Here's Brissett. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
And maybe Shane's in the steel curtain here as the Steeler defense drops him behind the line again. The run defense, they have been porous at times today, but not that last go-around.
No, they really tightened it up, didn't they? They finally got themselves a win because all game long we've seen them get gashed. This time they played their responsibilities, played their keys, and made a nice stop.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll go again here with Mack. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. Temptation there certainly to go for this, but I think you have to kick it, right?
The temptation coming from the fantasy owners, right? I mean, there are some that are going to want to kick it because they may have that kick it overall, get more yardage, maybe a chance for a touchdown, but no, absolutely not. Run that field goal kicker out there. Kick it. You got to take the chance to take the lead right now. You don't want to put it back on your defense.
On first down, it's Scott. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Alert.
Play action. It's Roethlisberger. Wide open receiver complete. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 47 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now Roethlisberger. It's caught. This is White. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Now Roethlisberger to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Again, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to have to hook up to Scott, and he takes it down to the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
Well, they've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on third and goal? On third down, here's Samuels. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. 4 yards, that gets him close to the goal line, but it also brings up a 4th and goal. Got to kick it, right? I mean, even the short yardage, you boot this thing, don't you?
Yeah, but I know how aggressive you are. I know what you want. You want to go for it, don't you? You're feeling it, aren't you?
Yeah, but treat it like a football game, not like Madden.
I like that. Yeah. Fight the temptation, kick the field goal, because if you go for it and don't get it, you put a lot on your defense in a short amount of time.
The kick by Tavecchio is good. And with that, they will move out in front by 3. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of the team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Back to throw. He's got the connection to Cooper. 16 yards, a first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. That'll be caught by Rodgers. And oh, he coughed it up, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. If the ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Right there, 54 Mike. Here we go. 2.
On second down now. It's Hines, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point you have to have a splash play in there as well.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And he's stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down.
A gain of 6 yards on the play.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds, and now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range, not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
I got you. I got you.
Roethlisberger to throw. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay, because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
3rd and 8 situation. A tough spot here in overtime on the opening drive. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And able to find Conley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
That! Like 80!
Mike, 58, right there.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up. Don't get nervous.
Alert 3, alert 3. Alert 3.
On the draw, this is Henderson. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Roethlisberger. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So 3rd down coming up. And, Charles, I guess the question for me, where does 4 down territory begin possibly?
I guess for me it begins if you have 4th and 5 or less, because you've got to understand your team and know what your play calls are. What do you have that you think you're confident that you can pick up that type of yardage? It might be 4th and 3 for some teams, but I think anything under 4th and 5, they'll think about going for it.
Here's Roethlisberger to throw. And that will be incomplete. Well, I know you're toward the middle of the field here, but still, fourth down this distance, you got to punt it right.
That's definitely the first instinct because you say, okay, let's just play some field position, make sure we don't lose the game here, turn it over in a key spot. But if you feel really good about your trigger guy, if you feel great about him, you might want to leave the ball in his hands and let him work his magic.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to him, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
That part 1 is done, now part 2. That good for 22 and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Hines. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 31-yard line.
2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. On 2nd down, it's Hines. Stephon Tuitt, the one that got him down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Brissett. And he's got his man, Hilton. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down now, it's Mack, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He's had some big runs in this game. Not there, though.
But I don't think they're going to be deterred by that play right there. He's had some nice runs in the game. And how many times have we seen a good running back get stopped, yet turn it into something big on a later carry? I'd stay with him.
And a timeout now here in overtime with 4 seconds remaining. A big call here in overtime. They're going for it on 4th down. Brissett to throw for it on 4th. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. Well, he's got daylight. It's a runs. And he brings it back to the house. It's a touchdown, and in a crazy inning, a defensive score wins it. Still catching our breaths from that electric finish. You get into overtime, that's one thing. It was a great 4 quarters. But then in OT, not only to win it, but to win it on a defensive score. Wow.
Oh, definitely. And I think from now on, we're going to definitely travel someone who can help us, because I thought I was going to pass out at the end. Not just getting to the overtime, but the plays in overtime that led to this one, and to finish it on a defensive touchdown, a takeaway that gets into the end zone. I'm not rooting for anyone, but boy, I love to see games finish that way.
So for Pittsburgh, they close out this first half at a very solid 6-2, and they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, the perfect season was apparently not meant to be, as they drop to 7-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.